With Travis Scott's mixtape Days Before Rodeo finally being available to streaming service, today I thought we would dive into this 2014 mixtape and go back to Days Before Rodeo and give my initial thoughts and discussions on this project, as not only is this a trip nostalgia for me, but I want to give one of my favorite tracks a listen and discuss why it's my favorite track off not only the album but out of Travis's discography. But anyway, we ain't gonna waste no time. Like, subscribe, follow all the socials, and without further ado, here's my initial thoughts and discussions on Days Before Rodeo by Travis Scott. Now, with this album in 2014, the days that Travis wasn't really as mainstream as he is now, Days Before Rodeo is one of those projects where Travis was able to find his sound within the producers, such as with Sauceside, Mike Dean, and the earliest of Metro Boomin. Travis Scott was able to show what he can do a lot in this project and mixtapes such as this. And with this album not being in streaming services for 10 years, I remember he specifically said this was like a free project for the kids. It just feels like a breath of fresh air that Travis finally released this on streaming services, as some of this track that he has, honestly in my opinion, are one of Travis's best works. Days Before Rodeo always gives us that like space trap like project where you feel like as you were floating in midair. And like I said earlier, with the earliest of Metro Boomin producing some of the tracks, such as a couple of these, such as Skyfall with featuring Young Thug. You got Mamacita with Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug again, and Basement Freestyle. You can tell the differences between Metro sound and production in comparison to nowadays. Songs such as track number 2, Mamacita, giving us a sort of raunchy, trap-like beat that Travis, Southside, and Metro Boomin really delivers. This song is a hell of a banger, man. It's fire. And hearing Travis's early ad-libs when he was around 2014 gives me sort of like a sense of a flashback and nostalgia hearing this sort of ad-libs like early on for the first time, and it sounds so like indifferent compared to his iconic ad-libs when he puts an auto in and is known today. It just feels so indifferent. On top of that, the outro to Mamacita gives us that like chorus, kind of reminds me of like our early Kid Cudi, and it's kind of fitting how it relates to Kid Cudi, as in a clip or podcast, something like that, Travis brings up the fact that there will be no Kid Cudi without Travis, and you can tell from this.
Wait, why is Kid Cudi the determining factor? I obviously know you're a huge fan.
Yeah.
But is that just why you love him so much that he needs to be on
I feel like
this?
he's part of my story of how I even became who I am. You know, so I feel like, you know, it's only right that we do a song together just to like, get that off. It's like part of my story, man. It's part of my life. Like there would be no Travis Scott. It wasn't.
It's safe to say Travis Scott is a really huge fan of Kid Cudi of his early days. So much so that even his stage name, Travis Scott, got its name and reference from Kid Cudi. That's how you know Travis Scott's a real fan. And the fact that he collaborated with him, such as tracks like The Scotts, that alone should tell you something. He's a huge fan of Kid Cudi.
How did you pick Travis Scott?
My uncle is named Travis, and Kid Cudi is like one of my favorite artists of all time, and his real name is Scott Miscuddy. And my uncle's friends call him Scott too, so it kind of like worked out like that. So it's like my two superheroes.
On top of that, we get to see the earliest of Young Thug, another artist Travis seems to work really well with, as you got songs like Skyfall being a favorite of mine, just due to the overall mindset I see of it. It feels like I'm going into this zone and I'm into space, and it definitely is one of the tracks that stands out the most. Another one that stands out is also track number 4, Drugs Used to Try It. Once again, another track that I really like, not only from the mixtape, but from Travis's discography. I think it's just due to the fact that being the title, it literally speaks for itself, as it reminds you of like a drugged, trap-like beat, and it feels so trippy out of it. And obviously there's songs similar to that aspect, but this song is probably the most stand out of it, but this is the one I thoroughly enjoyed for a couple of years. And overall, this mixtape overall has like a good set of what Travis Scott wants to bring and what he brought in 2014. Like track number 7, Zombies, having this sort of eerie, spooky like beat that complements Travis's delivery, and it kind of reminds me of like Halloween in a way. On top of that, Travis really brings a lot in his lyrics, as In one of his lyrics off of Zombies, he says, "You know Reebok Keebler Flame Hot, they be shipping packages, GL 600 or the Palace that collab with classics," being a reference to Travis's collaborating with Reebok. And I believe that when he did it, he collaborated before Nike and Jordan. But regarding lyrics, he's not done yet. Track number 18, Sloppy Toppy, featuring the Migos and Longway. It really shows not only what Travis's brings, but it also shows the earliest of the Migos and Longway, giving us, the usual, even though the usual shit, jewelries, diamond, choppas, bad. But the song is still fire regardless, honestly. And then you get track number 7, Backseat Freestyle, being a reference to Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar, just based off the title. And once again, it really shows the performance of not only Metro Boomin, but Travis Scott during the early days, as Metro Boomin always, around his early days, really brought in a lot of artists' discography up, and including Travis's. Along with that, Backyard having this intro of him buying, for some reason, sour cream and onion lace. And with this song, he shows what it takes to show his accomplishments and his come up, along with track number 12, Back Bonus, also giving us the same energy. And overall, with Travis Scott's Days Before Rodeo being added to streaming services, this definitely was something that Travis Scott and his fans really wanted to do, but also it really shows that old fans can go back to his old hits and enjoy it. And also for the new fans of Travis Scott's to give something that Travis can, I guess, reminisce and give them new music to listen to. And overall, I'm just glad he just released his streaming services. A lot of these tracks I'm a huge fan of, and I'm just glad that it's in streaming services and that fans can enjoy it. And it's sort of a sense of relief and a nostalgia to go back to. Anyway, let me know what y'all thoughts on this video. And if y'all like this, you feel me, like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. I'm out here, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.